What we are going to attempt to fix today is this Nintendo Switch TV dock, which is not working. And I will just go ahead and show that to you really fast. We have our AC adapter plugged in, we have our HDMI plugged in, and we have our little test screen plugged in and hooked up to the dock. And we will go ahead and hook up our switch, which is not doing anything. And I've tried jiggling it and messing with it, and it's still not displaying on the screen at all. It is displaying a green light right here, so I believe it's charging, but it is not displaying anything whatsoever. So we're going to try and fix that today, see if we can figure out what's going on with it. So we'll go ahead and do that. I did look at the HDMI port and the USB-C port on the bottom, and they do both look pretty good. I don't know if I'll be able to zoom in enough to show you or not, but we'll try. I don't know if you can see that. It looks like you can, but that looks pretty dang good. We'll look at it a little closer with the microscope, but the USB port does look pretty good on the bottom. And we'll see if we can show you the HDMI, if we can. The HDMI also looks pretty dang clean. So I'm not so sure it's the HDMI or the USB-C, but there's definitely something going on with it. So we're gonna take it apart and see if we can see anything wrong with it, because it definitely is not outputting video. And I did try different HDMI cables, and this HDMI cable is confirmed good. I've used it on other things just before this, so it is not the HDMI cable. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and take it apart and see if we can see anything wrong with it. When the switch is plugged in, it does show a green light right here, so I'm assuming that the USB connector is okay because it knows the switch is plugged in, but I'm not so sure. We'll go ahead and take it apart if we can, hopefully without breaking anything. I have never taken one of these apart, so I don't really know what I'm doing, but we will try our best. Once we have this apart, we will look at the HDMI port a little bit closer with the microscope. I have never taken one of these things apart, so I don't really know where all the screws are or how this thing comes apart. I'm assuming there is quite a few plastic clips, probably. Oh. Okay. Oh, it's just that little tiny board. Man, Nintendo sure doesn't make stuff as tough as the Game Boy anymore, do they? All right. And does this guy pop out or pop up? Couple little plastic tabs holding the PCB on. Well, at least we can go ahead and look at our USB port really fast. Go ahead and try to record it for you guys. And this port does look pretty clean. I don't see any of the pins bent. Maybe they might be a little dirty. They all look pretty dang good though. Nothing that says to me, oh, that's messed up. Yeah, those all look pretty dang good. Oh, it sucks that this USB port is under some type of shielding. I wanted to look at the pins. We might have to desolder the shielding to look at the pins. But before we do that, we will continue with some disassembly and keep looking. We will go ahead and take some more of this apart. Is there screws under these? Probably not, but nope. Okay. All right. We are getting somewhere. Now we can look at this. Look at this USB port under the microscope, which I would say that USB port is pretty much perfect. And I really haven't seen any reason why this dock should not be working. Alright, since we have everything, well, just about everything taken apart, we're going to go take it apart even further. Hopefully we'll be able to get it back together. Alright, and there's our USB port. Yeah, I see no reason why this thing should not be working. Alright, so let's go ahead and just try to put this stuff together again and see if we can get it to work outside of the box, outside of the case. Which we should just have to. It detects it. Yeah, we definitely have a problem. The only thing I can really think that it could be is either this ribbon cable or some of the pins on the HDMI port are cracked or not soldered properly. The color of the screen changes. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but it's totally dark. Oh, it displayed for a second. Did you see that? I swear it totally did display for a second. Is that just held on with... Is this just held on with screws? Here, let me... Yeah, look. I didn't know that these were just held on with screws. Let's see if we can take this apart and possibly clean it. Let's look at some of these solder joints on the microscope. I want to get out the multimeter and see if there's any that aren't connected, but that's so small that I don't think that will even work. Just because my probes are too big. Look, this is the... Those actually don't really look soldered on there all that great. I'm just going to try to see if we can see any loose pins. We can go ahead and check this ribbon cable to make sure that none of these traces are broken. Well, they seem to all be connected. I'm going to just flip this ribbon cable just for fun. I don't expect that to do anything whatsoever. I am going to pull this shielding. I don't really expect it to make a difference. I think that HDMI cable is going to be attached just fine, but I just want to be able to make sure, and I want to rule that out. So just as I thought, HDMI pins look just about perfect. Absolutely nothing wrong with them. I'm just looking a little closer at the USB-C port, and it looks to be like there is a short in two of the pins. Looks like a solder blob is touching two of the pads. So I'm just going to try to clear that and see if that makes a difference. We'll find out. Geez, you can't even see it from any further away. All right, right there, about the fourth pin over. I'm not so sure this is going to be our problem, but that looks like a problem to me. All these pins look a little bit loose, actually. All right, we're going to see if that did anything. I'm not so sure it did anything, but we will check. Okay, yep, did absolutely nothing. But what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to try to reflow those pins. So we'll go ahead and turn on the soldering iron. Alright, I don't think this is going to do anything, but we are going to try and reflow those. So I really don't expect it to make a difference. Those look to be connected a little better. We'll find out. Alright. I don't think that's going to have made a difference, but nope, no difference. Oh, it did make a difference. Nice. Sweet. Well, it's connected. Now let's just try to see if that was a fluke or not. Disconnected. Connected. Connected. Nice. So it's just those pins weren't soldered very well. Let's see if it should work both ways. And it does, works both ways. Sweet. So, to recap, the pads on this USBC port weren't soldered to this little tiny PCB very well. It took me a while to figure that out. I was checking all sorts of stuff. I was checking the HDMI pins and pads back here. I was checking the ribbon cable. I did see those pins. They didn't look soldered very well, but I took my tweezers and checked and they all seemed connected, but there must have been a loose one on there. So let's check this one more time. Are you working? You are working. Alright, so now we will go ahead and reassemble our switch dock. Alright, let's see if I can remember how this thing went together. I'll try to zoom you in a little bit. So it was this attached to this. Alright, we can put our PCB back in, and I did take this HDMI shielding off, and I'm not going to put that back on. You can if you want to, but it should be alright without it. It's just some RF shielding. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and leave mine out. So let's go ahead and give this another test. And hopefully, if we didn't screw anything up, it should dock. Sweet. Awesome. Let me go ahead and take this guy off too. I'm having trouble with this guy staying connected. When it's all the way seated, it will disconnect and reconnect. So we'll have to do a video in the future about this Joy-Con being messed up, trying to fix it. But for now, alright, I finally found a controller that will work. Just this Sega controller that I got for the Genesis Mini that I worked on the other day. And finally got a controller that will work, because this Joy-Con is not working disconnected from the switch. So we'll go ahead and try to fix this guy in the future. But just for now, I just wanted to test the test the dock, and so we'll just play a little bit of Doom 64 just for a second, just to make sure it's working all right. Seems to be working fine. I think okay, let's see. Does not want to let me skip these. Oh well, I'll fast forward this in the video probably. Okay, what the heck, dude? Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me, dude? What the fuck is that? The game crashed. Yeah, it totally crashed. Wow. Alright, well, at least we know our dock is working, but we are going to try a game really fast. Just check out some Doom 3. It's gonna work. It looks like it's working though, so. Just like the team last time we played. And well, I can't look left or right, but the game is working. The dock is working, so the dock's working. That's all I really care about. So we'll go ahead and call the video here. We can call that a win, and I'm going to try to get a Switch controller, I guess, because maybe I can get a broken one and try to fix it in a video. But yeah, I'm just happy to have a dock for now, so we can call that a win. And thanks for watching the video. Hopefully you liked it. Hopefully this helps somebody, and I wouldn't mind a like and a subscribe. So, well, thanks guys. Take care.